Hey everyone, it is Testimony Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a blessed and beautiful day. So let's get right into it. So this happened recently, and well, let me say this. Okay, there's sometimes certain seasons where funds are looking a little funny, I feel like we've all been through that. Certain seasons, money's looking a little funny. So this particular day, I remember it was a conference that me and my friend decided to go to. It was a women's conference, and it started at 10 a.m. right? And I had two interviews scheduled, one at 12 noon and then another one at 3:30. So 12 noon and then 3:30. Mind you, the one at 12 noon literally was only like about 7 minutes, if that, yeah, 7 to 8 minutes from where the conference was taking place. So it was perfect, works out. And at that time, I did not have funds on me. I probably may have had like a couple dollars in my wallet and nothing on my bank account. Yeah, nothing, zero. So I was just like, just like, you know what, well, go to the conference, then go to the interview, then I could probably go back to the conference and then go to the second interview, but still in all this, my friend had a makeup appointment that she needed to go to, and I was like, okay, well, God is going to work it out somehow, some way, So then once 12 o'clock was approaching, she dropped me off at the place where I was having the interview. And she had left to go attend her makeup appointment. So did the interview. It was about an hour and change. And it went great, from my standpoint, it went great. Everything went well. The people that were there for the interview, it was kind of like a group interview. They were amazing. They were super nice. No competition or anything like that or whatever. So went well. Then afterwards, I was hungry. I was like, Lord, I only got a couple dollars on me, not even $10. I have a couple dollars, maybe $5, $6, and I'm kind of in an area that I'm really not familiar with, and I'm hungry. But then at the same time, I was fasting at that time, so it was like I couldn't eat certain things. So I remember coming out the building where the interview was, and there was like a Waffle House. I was like, okay, I can't have that. I was thinking just waffles, straight waffles, and I was doing I believe a Daniel fast at the time. So I was like, okay, can I have waffles? Then there was like a Burger King. I was like, oh, I can't have any of that, whatever. Then I seen Chick-fil-A, but they were only taking drive-throughs, and I'm like, okay, I'm on foot. I can't roll up at the window, just me. So then I seen a chicken spot, and I was like, oh, okay, perfect. The chicken spot, I'm sure they're going to have like a salad there or something. So I go over there. They had like a walk-up window where you could just go and order food at the walk-up, but they were closed on the inside. So I went there and looked at the menu. I'm looking through. They had like chicken, but they also had like fries, like which I could have fries and onion rings and things like that, but mostly sides. So there was no salad. And I was just like, oh, okay, Lord, what am I going to eat? Like, God, I stood there. I remember I was just standing outside of the walk up, and I was just like, God, I'm hungry. Like, I'm hungry. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And at that time, I was just like, I didn't want to call anybody and ask for money or things like that. But I was just like, Lord, I need help because I'm on this fast. There's nothing around here that I can really eat. So I was really standing there thinking, like, what am I going to do? Literally, a guy comes up to me in his car, and he's like, are you okay? Do you need something to eat? And I was like, no, I'm like, it's all right. No, it's okay. And then he still stood there. He's like, no, do you need something to eat? And I was like, all of a sudden that fast just went out the window. I'm like, yes. I'm like, you know what, guys, this must be God. So I was just like, yes. And then he was like, okay, I'm going to go park the car, and then you order what you need to do at the window. He said, I will literally pay for your food and drive off. I'm like, okay. All right, I'm like, sure. So I go to the window, put my order in. He comes up next to me. He's like, hi, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm good, thank you so much. And so I order, and then the guy was going to give his card, but then they were doing something inside the food place. It's like they kept closing the window, then opening it, then closing it, and whatever, talking or whatever. I don't know what it is, but So I'm just like, thank you so much again, just like just so thankful. So I'm like, thank you so much again for just doing this. And he literally set out his mouth. It literally set out his mouth, like out his mouth, which brought me into tears. He was like, God sent me to help you, to get you food, to help you. I'm like, wow. Wow. And I started crying. I started tearing. I'm like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, whatever. And then I was like, thank you so much. I was like, I truly appreciate it. And he was like, it's no problem. And I wish you the best in all your endeavors and everything that you have going on. He literally paid for the food and drove off in his car. And I was like, wow, God, you truly sent me an angel. He did exactly what he said, where he just wanted to help. He just wanted to help, get me food, and it was drive off, no asking for my number, no asking for any additional information, not telling me, oh, come in the car, nothing. He literally said, God sent me to help you, and he paid for my food, and then he left. And that truly is just a testimony of God's faithfulness. It's just a testimony of God will take care of. He was Jehovah Jireh, who provided for all your needs. He saw, despite me being fasting and everything like that, he knew I was hungry. He knew my stomach. he knew my appetite. He knew there wasn't places around that I could really eat from. And it was just like, you know what? At this location, I was in the right place at the right time. And I could have had that pride and still be like, no, it's all right. No, you go ahead. I would have missed out on the blessing. God truly sent an angel at that moment. So that just, that's my testimony. That's my testimony. And not only that, that's part one. That's only part one of it. And I'm going to leave part two for next week. Yeah, because God came through. God came through again that same day. And I'm gonna leave that for next week. But that was part one of Testimony Tuesday, and stick around for part two of what happened on that day, as well how God came through. Just that first testimony just shows like God hears us. He cares for us. He loves us. He sees when we're hungry, when we're thirsty, when we need help. He sends his angels to come. He sends people. He sends, messages. He sends signs, wonders to truly help us out. And I'm so grateful. Just so blessed and so grateful for him coming through the way he did, even on a fast. Like I had to get a burger, I had to get fries and everything like that, but it wasn't about my faithfulness throughout the fast, truly it showed him like, yes, I'm really in this, and truly showed him like, it's like, it was okay. He gave me the okay, he knew how hungry I was. So again, I'll see you guys next Tuesday for part two of this testimony. All right. Bye.